So all those dreams that I did have, I'm still having for them.
First of all, Christine, thank you very much for those kind words. You guys aren't the lucky ones. I'm the lucky one for moving back here, and there's obviously a big reason as soon as I get this thing fired up. Thank you, Connie, for inviting me and having me here tonight. I have to say I am flattered to be here in a room full of leaders, many of whom I know and admire very much. But I do wish I was somewhere else right now, that place being Calgary, watching the Ams play in the first game. And it's only game one, it's not looking good. So they're getting it out of their system, but I'll be back up there. I'll be up there tomorrow night to watch them. But definitely some exciting times here in the Tri-Cities. I guess I should tell you, I am very humbled to be here. But I'm not a speaker. I'm a hockey player, or an ex-hockey player. And so forgive me if I seem out of my element. So here we go. I am not here to brag about my hockey career or talk about my glory days. I'm not here to share with you any great insight about life or business. I thought maybe I could get that from a few of you after we're done here tonight. I'm not here to sell you anything, though that's what a lot of retired athletes do these days. But in case you are wondering, we have some wonderful ticket packages to see the Ams play. And I'm not here looking for a job, however, my wife is getting sick and tired of me being around the house so much. No, I'm not here to do any of that. I've come here tonight to share with you why I love this place and why I call it home. So just to lay out the game plan for tonight, I want to take the upcoming 20-30 minutes to share a little insight to the personal journey of me. A journey through hockey, but also a personal journey that has shaped me as an athlete, a father, and a friend. This is my wonderful family. Sitting in my lap is the pistol of our family, Ashlyn. She's 6 going on 16. And she's the one that's going to cause me to age faster than I want to. And I'm sure there's a few dads in here that know exactly what I'm talking about. In the big girl's lap to the right is our tree hugger, our lover of all things, except maybe snakes, Kendall. She's a 7-year-old free spirit. In the middle is my little man, our 9-year-old boy, Carson. He loves trains, Super Mario Brothers, and tormenting his little sisters. He has given my wife and I a new perspective on life. And last but not least is the love of my life, Kristen. Not only is she beautiful, she's a fantastic photographer. And we are actually in the process of getting ready to open her business at the end of the summer. So there you go. That Christmas card photo shows the best of us. But here's a photo that didn't make the Christmas card cut this year. Here's Kristen and I in 1989. The 80s was definitely about the hair. Kristen's on her head and mine on my lip. And matching sweaters, definitely a sign of true love. So the love affair began. Not just did I fall in love with Kristen, we ended up marrying in 1998. But my love affair with the Tri-Cities began a decade earlier. That is when I became a part of the Tri-Cities, or shall I say, that is when the Tri-Cities became a part of me. Now your theme this year, I'm told, is building community through service. So I can't just show you all these funny pictures of me for the rest of the evening. So here's where I get to impart to you the Ole Kolzig personal theory on service. Again, these are my personal insights combined with my experience, so don't Google search them or anything. There is no doubt that we all love the Tri-Cities. You all wouldn't be here tonight if that wasn't the case. You'd be home watching Bachelor, American Idol, or one of the 1,000 reality shows that seem to be on TV these days. First of all, I want to clarify the definition of service. I had to look it up in Wikipedia. Apparently a Webster's Dictionary is darn near obsolete these days. Anyway, the definition of service is an opportunity in which a person takes on the responsibility that something desirable will happen on behalf of another person or entity. As I have been thinking of this as applied to your theme of building community through service, I wanted to dig a little deeper and see what specifically are traits that have made Tri-City so great. Why am I the lucky one to share this? I don't know, Connie, why am I? It is because I have experienced these three tenets in my personal and professional life and have been fortunate to be a part of this community. So for me, one of the most obvious and essential aspects of service, show up. I have 3 ups for you, so if you're taking notes, here you go. Clearly, Tri-City sets a whole new standard for selflessness and service. All you have to do is look back at some of the winners of the Tri Citian of the Year award and see that every single one of them has put in hours and hours of their time to make this a better place. It is essential that community leaders pay attention to what is happening. Leaders here, people like you, are always looking for ways you can show up. Whether it is taking on hard issues to discuss, volunteer to paint a building, serve on a board, or attend an event. Sitting at home complaining or whining is not an option. I tell my kids all the time, just don't complain, let's solve the problem. The only way to make anything better is to address it head on, call out the problem, see the need, and show up. Speaking of up, what is up? Other than my hair. Boy, I don't miss the 80s. And it's funny what some women find attractive. It must have been my personality. So one of the ways that our community has shown up has been with the Tri-City Americans. It all started in 1988. The junior team I was playing for in Vancouver was moving to southeastern Washington. The day that was announced, we all looked at each other and said, where the heck is the Tri-Cities? We arrived in August of that year, and so began the history of the Tri-City Americans. I only played 2 seasons for the AMs, but the impact the area had on me will last a lifetime. I developed a number of strong relationships and began to lay down roots to make me call Tri-Cities home. Fast forward to 2005. On the surface, it appeared that hockey had run its course and the interest in the AMs was waning. The ownership group at the time had said that they'd tried everything to make it work here and that it was no longer feasible to stay in the Tri-Cities. They were preparing to move the team back to where it had once come from. Unfortunately for them, the WHL Board of Governors denied the request. For every misfortune, there is someone or some group that benefits. Stu and I had always talked about one day becoming owners of the team that we had once played for. And when that opportunity presented itself, the two of us, along with Bob Torrey and Dennis Lohman, grabbed it. We soon found out that people's interest in hockey wasn't waning. It was the trust in the previous ownership groups and their constant threats of moving the team. The area wanted to support the team, but they in turn wanted the team to support the area. When that stopped happening, they stopped coming. When we took over, we made a commitment to being in the Tri-Cities for the long haul. We knew what this place had to offer. With doing that, we opened a lot of doors that weren't open before. Sponsorship money became more accessible, and through the terrific work of our GM and scouting staff, we started to accumulate a lot of talented players. We became a very competitive and successful team on the ice. And as a result, we saw a huge increase in attendance, making us just as successful off the ice. Since purchasing the team 5 years ago, we have won 3 division championships, 1 regular season championship, a Western Conference championship, and are one of the few teams that have had a consistent increase in attendance each year. Not to mention the numerous individual awards won by our players, coaches, and management. Hopefully in the next 3 weeks, we can add WHL playoff champs as well as Memorial Cup champs. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We are now looked upon as a model franchise. Came a long way. We are big believers in getting the players out into the community and performing various types of public service, whether it be reading to school kids, visiting patients in area hospitals, or lending a hand to Habitat for Humanity. Our commitment to community is stronger than ever. We are also big on education. The odds of the majority of our players going on to play professionally are very low. And so a lot of these kids go on and continue to play in university or college. But in order to get into these various institutions, they need their grades to conform with the standards of the schools. So we expect our players, even with the tough travel schedule, to maintain their grades. And as a result of the players' commitment to this, we were just recently awarded the WHL Scholastic Team of the Year. So we're a team with both brains and brawn. The parents entrust us with the well-being of their child, and so it is our goal to send them home better people than they were when they first arrived here.